fans? I know you guys have been in here before, but what was it like just capping things off in front of the fans on the way it happened?
Yeah, it's cool. You know, the spring game is always fun, and you know, the good news is that nobody really loses. You know, there is no actual loss. There's no stress, no pressure. Just go out there, have fun, be loose, throw the ball a ton. So that's always fun.
So who wins the bet if there's a tie?
I don't know. It's a good question because usually, you know, we usually play for, you know, one team. The winner gets the good dinner. The loser gets like the bad dinner. That's the thing. We have like a team dinner on Monday, but I don't know how they're gonna do it. You know, because normally someone's got to eat the bad food, someone's got to eat the good food. So maybe everyone will get to eat the good food.
Or everyone gets to eat the bad food?
Or all the bad food. I'm hoping it's the opposite.
What's the good food and bad food?
It's steak and lobster, and then the bad food is beanies and wings. Ain't nobody want that.
Dude, whoa, you're used to beanie weenies.
Your comfortability, man, just this spring and some of the stuff you showed out there. How'd you feel about the spring as a whole in this game?
Yeah, I thought we had a really good spring. You know, the spring game is always a little bit different because, you know, it's very vanilla, both sides of the ball, defense, offense. It's going to be a lot of, you know, your basic plays. Obviously, we don't want to show too much, you know, on TV. But no, I mean, it's a chance for guys to go out there, especially the younger guys that, you know, just came in and some transfers to go out there, make some plays, see what they can do. So it's always a good time, you know, spring game is.
You can't replicate live bullets, but take me through that last drive, having to come from behind, just kind of the mental.
Yeah, just you know, never give up. You know, that's one of the mottos that we have here at Georgia. You know, have that mental toughness to keep going, have the composure to keep going. Obviously, it's a spring game, so it's not, you know, there's no pressure. You're just going out there, you're playing. But I mean, if you can go out there and, you know, simulate and replicate that during the game, you know, it's good practice.
What was that view of that? What was the view of that final touchdown?
You said what?
What was your view of that final touchdown?
Oh, I can't believe he caught it. That was crazy. I'm gonna have to see a replay on it. I threw it and the wind took it a little bit up. I was trying to throw back shoulder. The wind took it and somehow he reached around and grabbed it. But I'm glad he made the play. Nice little touchdown.
You guys lose some guys, obviously, to the draft. But what have you guys think about the guys you got reloading this year? Some of these new guys that you're
I mean, every year, you know, we're always going to produce and, you know, put out that product that, you know, Georgia builds. We're always going to have guys go to the draft and leave, but that's why, you know, we recruit so well. We have plenty of guys that are going to come in and be able to contribute immediately, and I'm super excited about that. You know, we'll start to get to work more throughout the summer and then into fall.
First string guys are not always on the field in the fourth quarter of spring games. Was that discussed on the sideline? Was that because of the game flow?
Yeah, I mean, it's a spring game. Everybody gets reps. See what people can do. We're out there to have a fun time playing in front of the fans, get a chance to play in Sanford. You know, we don't get to do that all the time, but, you know, get guys out there, let them get reps, see what they can do.
Obviously, you got a new guy snapping you the ball this season. What has it been like connecting with Jared, being on the same page as him, and just communicating with him during the game?
Yeah, obviously super excited to see what, you know, he's going to do as we get through the summer and then end up getting to fall and start playing games. I mean, super athletic, very smart. You know, our relationship is continuing to grow. The chemistry there is obviously super important, the relationship between center and quarterback. So excited to see what he's able to do as the season comes.
How would you assess Gunner's performance today?
I thought he did well. I didn't really watch the other side too much. You know, there was one. I think the first play he had, they threw a shot play, and I'm like sitting there, you know, screaming for Gunner, talking about like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? But he wasn't on my team, so I quick stopped acting. All the defense was mad at me and stuff. But yeah, anyways, I thought he had a good day.
How'd you feel like you played today, Carson?
It was mediocre. It was all right. Few mistakes, which is fine. You know, trying to do some extra things, maybe trying to force the ball to a few different guys, maybe not making the right reads in certain situations. But overall, this spring, I think, you know, offense, defense, special teams, you know, all sides of the ball. We had a really good spring. We got a lot of work in, and obviously super excited to continue as we go to the summer and fall. You know, what we're going to be capable of.
Carson, how much chemistry you think was built with you and the new receivers this spring?
I think a lot was. I think where the chemistry really gets built is, you know, over the summer when we're in here, you know, working out and without the coaches. What can we do, you know, when coaches aren't there, when the coaches' eyes aren't there? Are we going to come in on the weekend? Are we going to get, you know, reps? Are we going to watch film? Or are they going to understand what I want them to do and vice versa? So, yeah, I think that chemistry will continue to build.
Can kind of explain what those summer workouts are going to be? I know you're going to be kind of handling that, kind of get everybody kind of organized. What would that look like this summer?
Yeah, I mean, we get to work in the summer. It's tough, and that's how, you know, that's what we do. That's how we like it at Georgia. It's going to be hard, and we're going to get to work, and, you know, that's why we produce the product we do on Saturdays.
Kirby said at halftime he thought this was maybe the most spirited scrimmage of this spring for the defense. You had some pressured, some deflections. Did you see maybe more spirit, like you said, from that?
Yeah, I mean, they played really hard, and they've been playing pretty well all spring. I thought it's been pretty even as far as both sides of the ball and getting work, and that's what you're going to get at Georgia. You're going to play against a good defense, you're going to play against a good offense, and I think that's why we're able to do so well when we do get to the season and play on Saturday, because each and every day we're playing against one of the best defenses and offenses in practice, which sometimes isn't fun.
Would you say this is the toughest opponent you're going to play all year?
I mean, I think so, and seriously, and in all seriousness, it's tough to come out here and practice against our defense and vice versa for them to practice against us, because there is so much talent on the field and the scheme is so deep. There's so much stuff to prepare for each and every day of practice. So it's challenging, but it's going to make both sides of the ball get better.
Through spring practice and in today's scrimmage, what do you feel like is the biggest thing you've learned about this group you got?
I think we got a lot of guys that are hungry. There's a lot of guys out there that maybe haven't gotten to their full potential yet, that haven't gotten to where they want to reach, and there's a lot of hungry guys that want to work. They want to be physical, and then that's our brand of ball at Georgia. They want to be physical. We're going to run the ball, pass the ball, stop the run, stop the pass, and obviously we want to win. So super excited to start getting to work with these guys over the summer and into next season.
Carson, what kind of day do you think you have today?
It was all right. I thought it was good. Obviously it's fun to always get into Sanford Stadium, play in front of some fans. Just try to go out there and have fun. Try to be excited for the guys when good things happen, and try to see the offense and see what we're capable of. We have a few transfers in there, a few new guys. Try to get them the ball, see what kind of plays they can make. So obviously, like I've said, excited to continue to roll and learn off of this.
It's been a long time since you threw 2 picks in a day.
Yeah, probably. Shoot, I don't really count the first one because it got bad. But second one was on me. I thought he was going to do something different, and I came back, didn't even really look at it, threw it. It wasn't the guy that I thought was in there. But 2 picks happened, so it doesn't really matter.
You're one of the few guys who has been in college ball now. This is your 5th year coming into this thing. So much has changed. COVID, and then now. What have you learned along the way that 5 years?
I could sit here and talk to you for an hour about that.
Go ahead.
But I'll try to give you the shortened version. I think the biggest thing is just understanding that it takes time to get to the point where we're going to be at the season, if that makes any sense. Throughout the January, February, March, there's so much that goes into it. There's so much practice, so much time, so many hours that we spend together as a team that that final product that we see at the very end of the year, it takes time and practice, and this is just one of the stepping stones, and we're going to continue that through the summer and then into the fall. But super excited to see where this team can go.
Is it difficult to be patient during that process?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the hardest part?
I think you just said it, is being patient and trying not to look forward through those moments of the games, because that's the best part. That's the most fun, is the games every single Saturday, getting to go out there and perform in front of the fans, play with your guys, but coming in each and every day, going to work, and being present in the moment, not looking at things that have happened, not looking too far into the future of the things that you want to happen, but being present, coming in each and every day and work. And I think that's something that our team has done really well this year.
Carson, what do you make of the depth at this wide receiver spot? Like, I don't know if Anthony Evans' names gets mentioned a lot because so many, transfers have come in. How many weapons do you have on the outside?
A lot, and obviously that makes my job a lot easier. Super excited to see what those guys are able to do as we continue through. But a lot of guys made some really good plays out there on both sides of the ball, but especially at the wide receiver room. There's so much depth that it really doesn't matter who's out there on the field. We know that they're going to make the play, and we're confident.
There's a moment to follow up on the receivers. What is it like to have so many different body types? I guess you've got Colby Young, you've got Anthony Evans, Dylan Bell, having so many different guys with different skill sets in that room. What is that like?
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways that we can attack a defense. But that obviously helps us as an offense immensely. And there's so many different guys that are going to make plays. And the good thing about it is all of them are very selfless. So they're going to go out there, they're going to give their 100% each play that they're out there, and they're going to be happy for the next guy if they're not the one that makes a play, because they know the next time around the ball might be coming into them and they got to do it. So, but it definitely helps me a lot to have a lot of guys that are very talented.
Carson, what was the difference in the second half? You looked charged up when you came back out there. It looked like a different offense almost.
Yeah, I don't know. We towards the end of the first half, we were a little slow, a little sluggish. I don't know what it was. You know, it happens sometimes. It's not about what you do; it's how you bounce back from things. I thought towards the end we started to pick it up a little bit. Pick up the pace, and all it was really a mindset thing for us.
I think the second quarter you got knocked back into you and you fell down. Was that at all a scary moment, or I know Coach Smart came in?
Oh yeah, he done landed on my leg a little bit. I don't know. I just fell with it. Nothing was wrong. I was good. It hurt a little bit in the moment. But.
You said did you sense like a coach was kind of worried about what just happened there? Or?
Nah, shoot, I don't know. I'm not hearing what he's talking about behind me. So
You mentioned a mindset. Carson Kirby talked to you about assertiveness and leadership, and it really did look like you were in command. Do you think you had a lot to do with that mindset of the second half because you did play with
maybe, yeah, a little bit. I don't talk too much. I'm not like a super rah-rah guy. I'm more quiet, but when things need to be said, they're said, and it's just simple. There's no need to yell at somebody, no need to do all that, but just have confidence what you're saying. Tell them like, let's go, let's pick it up. We didn't have the best first half. We could have done a lot better. Made some mistakes. But come back out and try to have some passion and energy and just enjoy playing at Stanford.
Carson, how much weight do you put into the spring game, and how do you gauge your performance?
Honestly, not a lot. I mean, it's just a glorified scrimmage. That's what it is at the end of the day. It's more for fun, come out here in Stanford, play in front of the fans. Obviously, every single day we're going to go out there and compete. So I say fun, competing is fun. And obviously, I don't like losing. We tied, which isn't a loss, but I'd rather win. But it's all good. Spring, go out there, see what the guys can do. Maybe try to do some things that you haven't done to see, okay, maybe I can do this in the game. Maybe, throw this a certain way. But go out there, try some things, and just try to have fun and compete.
I've never doubted how confident you are since the day I started talking to you, but go back to a year ago today during the spring game last year. How have things changed?
Immensely. I mean, it's way different. I'm a much different person. I've grown a lot from the person that I was last year, and it's a different situation. Last year I was competing for a spot in the spring game, and now coming back and being the guy and understanding what I need to do, to make this team move and go. But I wouldn't want to do that.
And how have you seen Stockton's confidence grow?
Yeah, as he continues to get reps, we see what he's capable of. He has a great arm, great athleticism, and as the mental side of the game grows, the sky's the limit.
Carson, it almost looks like you're an NFL guy playing at the college level right now with your command of the offense and all the throws. What are some things that you still have left to get better at between now and season opener?
Yeah, being in an offense for almost 5 years. Being in an offense for 5 years helps a lot, as far as the mental side goes. So for me, just try to be simplistic in what I do and be intentional in what I do. And as each and every play, just take it play by play and make the same read as I would have 3 years ago, as I would have 2 years ago, you know what I'm saying? So not trying to overdo things, because I think that's the problem is, you're in an offense for so long, you keep trying to reach for things to get better at, but really the better option is just doing the simple thing and doing the right thing. So not trying to do too much, but staying within the offense and making the plays that I need to make and just being consistent.
The throw to Dominic, was that kind of how you envisioned it? Because he had to make a really tough catch to...
Oh, no. I was trying to... the defender was a little inside and on top. I was trying to throw it back shoulder, and a wind gust came through him, pushed it to the left a little bit, and he reached around him, caught it, and I was like... I thought he dropped it. I didn't know. I thought, okay, let's call the next play, and they're talking about touchdown. I'm like, oh, okay.
Carson, you said it yourself, man, you're coming into this year as the guy. That comes with expectations. You've been labeled a Heisman hopeful. Do you put any stock in that? Do you pay any attention to that?
No. I don't. Obviously I have expectations for myself, but I'll never, listen to the expectations that other people put on me. Obviously I have very high expectations for myself, but there's no weight on my shoulders of that. I know what I'm capable of, and I know that I have a team around me. It's not all about me. It's about the team at the end of the day and getting wins. So whatever I have to do that, I'm here for it.
Thank you, Carson.
Thank you, guys.
Great job, Carson.